guys, it's the next
What's up?
day. We had a great time in New Hope. As always, it's one of our favorite places to go. We love going out to eat at Triumph Brewery, and as you saw, we went
Delicious
to...
beer, burgers.
Yeah, they're really good. And as you saw, we went to Sweet Repeat Records, which is a fairly new record store, I believe.
Got a pretty good haul this time. Excited to talk about it with you guys, show you what we got.
As you can see, it's a pretty small space, but it's packed with a lot of stuff. I love the aesthetic. The owner is really nice. I love how he decorates it really cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool vibe in there. The cool lights,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like dark mood lighting, but with neon lights, really cool. They have a pretty good CD selection too, if you guys are into that. He's got all the the classic vinyl records, everything that you need for your collection, all the classic stuff. But he's also got some hidden gems in there if you take the time to dig them crates a little bit. But should we get started?
Yeah, I'll
You
go
wanna
first,
go first?
since
Yes.
I haven't been getting that many. I have a lot of albums I already want in my collection. I also really need new music recommendations. Comment down below. I think you guys have seen by now my last couple of videos what kind of music I like. It's pretty eclectic, so comment down below some bands you think I should check out. So the first album we got is Asia by Steely Dan. We both are pretty big fans of Steely Dan.
Love the Dan.
Our good friend Fish, I feel like, got me really into them because he always played them. I don't know about you. If you
Yeah,
like
no,
them
he
before
would always
Fish.
play
Fish
them.
loves Steely Dan. I always think of him with this band. But yeah, this one's really good. We were listening to it earlier. It's such a nice, like, snowy day, kind of just chill, but also still rockin' vibe.
Real good chill jazz rock, but it also gets pretty grooving, pretty rockin'. One of their best albums, if not their best. It's either that one or The Royal Scam for me.
So the next one, of course, a classic, the Rolling Stones.
Flowers.
Yeah, this is one of my dad's favorite bands. I've always really liked this. He probably actually already has this, but I mean, it was only $12, so it was such a good deal to get it. So obviously I had to get it to complete our collection.
Plus, it's a great cover.
Of
too.
course, you guys know the song Ruby Tuesday. I feel like that's a popular one off here.
Classic.
Mother's Little Helper is another one I really like.
That's probably my favorite Rolling Stones song. One of them. It's just such a great song. Yeah.
Okay, and another awesome $12 classic album. I know Ryan is not too into them, but
Hey, I do love the Police.
I've always really been into the Police. I like this
Sting
album.
is great. Okay.
I remember the first time because, of course, everybody likes that song, even minus the creepy lyrics. Every breath you take. I'm a really bad singer, by the way. I love music, guys, but I'm not a
She tries.
musician. Ryan is. But anyway, so the first time I listened to this, like the first way through though, I remember I texted and I was like, hey, this album actually is kind of proggy for what it is. I think they have some interesting...
Yeah, definitely some progressive sounds going on with
Yeah.
the Police. They're certainly a very unique band. What would you call them?
I don't know. What do you guys think is their genre?
Like a new wave reggae almost kind of feel. It's tough to describe them, but still a very great band, great bass player, Sting. First up for me, we have Chit Korea and Return to Forever, Light as a Feather. It's either the first or the second Return to Forever album. I'd have to look that information up, but which one I did not have, but very solid album, classic, timeless. Jazz fusion, if you guys aren't familiar with Return to Forever. Chit Korea played with Miles Davis, and he's a phenomenal keyboard player, composer. Check him out. Okay, next up, singer, songwriter, guitar player, multi-instrumentalist extraordinaire, Mr. Joe Walsh, the one and only. James Gang, played with the Eagles, of course.
I'm not too into the Eagles. I love a lot of like classic rock type music, but he knows I'm not too into the Eagles.
Nor am I.
But he said I should check this out.
But Joe Walsh was, I think, the best part of the Eagles. And you can check this album out if you don't believe me, because it's that great. Country rock, blues rock, folk, hard rock, all wrapped up. Very hidden gem that I found at Sweet Repeat. Very happy about it.
How much was it?
This one is not that much money. It's not rare, but I never see this album in the wild anywhere. The band's called SRC. They were a psychedelic rock band from Detroit, I believe. They started out as straight acid rock, but with this album, this is their third album, they started to incorporate progressive rock, so it's kind of psychedelic prog, if you will. I think it's a great album. Check it out. SRC, Traveler's Tale. Okay, one of the favorites of the day.
Cool cover.
Yeah, it's called Neil Merryweather. That's the artist's name, and Space Rangers is the name of the album. I've heard it called Neil Merryweather and the Space Rangers, but he was a Canadian singer-songwriter, bass player. This album I would describe as progressive, psychedelic space rock with some glam, funk, and soul. It's a wild trip. It's a fantastic album. Space Rangers, Neil Merryweather, check it.
Very unique find.
And not too much money. I think it was like $18. The Art of Rashaan, Roland, Kirk, The Atlantic Years. Rashaan was a multi-instrumentalist, played primarily horns, all different kinds of saxophones, clarinets, flutes, you name it. And he was also known for playing multiple instruments at one time. He'd have several horns sticking out of his mouth at once, and maybe he even put a little piccolo flute in his nose and blew that too at the same time. But anyway, madman. He utilized circular breathing, so he didn't have to pause when he was playing his brass instruments for long periods of time. And you watch live videos of this guy, it's insane how this guy could just keep playing without stopping to breathe. Virtuoso, check him out. Rashaan, Roland, Kirk. Now, this is a pretty cool cover by a band called Tucky Buzzard.
Interesting name.
Interesting name. Pretty cool cover. They were an English band. I think this is the American. Yeah, this is the U.S. pressing. It's slightly different than the U.K. version, where the band is from. But it's basically just like a hard blues rock. That's pretty much in a nutshell. They start off as the End. I think they're like a psychedelic pop band in the late '60s, but they, morphed into hard blues rock when they became Tucky Buzzard. Pretty solid album, I think. Another cool cover.
Wow, I like that.
Manfred Mann's Earth Band, Solar Fire.
I've heard of them.
Deep space, nebulas exploding, supernovas. Basically progressive rock with some space rock ventures. Manfred Mann's Earth Band was a really solid progressive rock band. Check them out if you guys aren't familiar with them. This is probably my favorite one by them, if not top 2 or 3. Highly recommended. Okay, and I wanted to show you this one last because it is the deal of the day. It's called the Smithsonian Collection of Classic Jazz. And I'm gonna zoom in if you guys can see the price sticker. It's only $17, okay? And you could see this list of artists. You guys can probably see that. Slowly scroll it up. I mean, this thing has everybody on here. And 12 sides, so there's 6 albums.
Wow.
For $17. Smithsonian Collection of Classic Jazz. Very excited to get into this. Everything from ragtime through cool jazz, new jazz, free jazz, you name it. Thank you, Sweet Repeat. We appreciate the vinyls and everything you guys do.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's always a lot of fun coming in there and exploring New Hope and
yeah, for so long, like for years, we would like go to New Hope since like that's like the hangout spot for everybody, and there wasn't a record store there for so long. So we're so happy that there's such an awesome record store there now.
Yeah.
Alright guys, that's it for this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you so much for all the love recently, and make sure you stay tuned because we have some big plans for Record Store Day this year in April.
Dun, 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 dun.
Bye!